Disclaimer. Trading crypto, especially with leverage, is extremely risky and you can lose your entire portfolio. This is not financial advice. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Be aware of scammers impersonating us. If you can't find it on this YouTube channel, it's a scam.
We are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 27th day of August, and here we are sitting at about $3, just below there, with 20 hours, 40 minutes left in this brand new day. We had a very good day yesterday, the 26th. Moved up 5% right after moving down 5% the day before that. A little bit of volatility over here. I'm not completely convinced that we found our higher low here, but I don't know if we're condemned to see a lower. If we do, it might not be that dramatic. It might not be this intense thing. I am kind of convinced that Bitcoin sees lower prices, and I have it measured out here just below $100,000. It's about a 3.7% drop. Typically, if Bitcoin drops 3.7%, XRP would probably drop a little bit more. It would drop like 2 to 1. We wouldn't see it drop, 3.7 would be 7.4 if it was twice as much, right? That would take us just below this low. I wouldn't think it'd be that, but something a little bit more, maybe a 5%, 4% drop. Again, something that's still above this high or this low here. So we could still provide a higher low. Again, the idea here simply that I'm saying is that Bitcoin can see a lower low and XRP doesn't have to. We've seen that happen a few times this cycle. So just understand that that's fine. Of course, it is possible that XRP could drop lower, but let's look at the short-term stuff and, instead of relating it to Bitcoin, just look at it for itself. Maybe we don't go lower at all. Maybe we are about to break out and move higher, and I hope that's what we see here, but time will tell. Because typically, if the XRP chart's bullish and I get a bearish reading on the Bitcoin chart, it's actually better to be bullish on Bitcoin. And I wouldn't even say that I got a completely bearish reading here. It's just more bearish than bullish. There are good things going on, but will they persist is the question here, right? 1 hour time frame, looking at this, the MACD does look like it's about to cross. You're either about to cross or you're about to bounce here, man. It's one of the two, right? Sometimes you get that cross and then you reject down. You get that cross and you reject down. You get that little touch and then you reject down. Are we going to do that here? Are we going to bounce, or are we going to get the actual cross, the real deal, and then are we going to continue to move lower? 1 hour time frame. Stochastics bouncing off the 50, which is nice, but coming back down makes me think that we go lower, right? You bounced off it before, but then inevitably went lower. I would think that we have lower to go from here at least. And the RSI, overall it's pretty strong if we're looking at the 1 hour time frame. There's good things and bad things, right? Well, good things are you're getting overbought a lot more consistently than you're getting oversold. Bad thing is you spent a lot of time below the 50 in comparison to being above the 50, which makes me a little bit bewildered, I suppose. Looking at this from a low to a high here. 382 support, couldn't even make it up to the 236. Now you're back down to the 382. That doesn't normally bode well. You'd expect to go down to the 0.5 or even the golden ratio with that. So 290, 292, 295, all possibilities at this point in time. Doesn't mean you have to go down there, but I wouldn't be too surprised. That's not that far away. We're at 298.8 right now. 290 at the lowest to 295 at the least. I would think that that makes sense. That's fine. 0.5 golden ratio zone, perfect areas to find support. Sorry. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here. I like this look. I really do like this little U in the middle. I like that. That makes me think that we want to go higher, but we can go a little bit lower first, and then it doesn't have to be like an immediate thing. We can dilly-dally. 4 hour time frame here. Not really getting anything off this. It's pretty neutral with a bearish lean to it, but that's not enough to condemn it. Stochastics, not getting to the overbought zone is a problem, right? If you're getting oversold, but you're not getting overbought on the stochastics, that is a problem. Sorry, guys. I used to mute the mic every time I clear my throat, but I stopped doing that because people keep making jokes thinking that I'm farting. So I have to prove it that I'm not. So now you gotta hear me clearing my throat out. That and the mic is down here, so it's less convenient to press, but I'm just being lazy. I could press it if I wanted to. I told you I could press it if I wanted to. Let's see. Looking at this here, I don't know what's going on with my USB drive, apparently. Anyways, it's like the charger's malfunctioning. I don't know. The 4 hour, why is this on too? I need to turn this off. Hold on. 4 hour MACD. It's kind of ugly. It's kind of weird. The fact that you're moving up and then moving down and then coming back up again, it's kind of looks unreliable. But so is the price action, so maybe I won't hold that against you. I don't know. Overall, I suppose I am leaning more bearish, but nothing too crazy. Not even below 290, so a higher low nonetheless. That's nice. That's encouraging. That's really good, because I want to see that, right? High to low here. 291 right there, the 236. It's perfect. Yeah, do that. Go from the 0.5 to your 236 and then up to your golden ratio. We've seen that happen plenty of times over the months. That's not just with XRP, but with plenty of other coins as well. Perfect. Perfect. We love it. Yes, do that. Okay, cool. 291, 290, something at that area, right? That's what I would guess. 295 at least, but probably in that 291, 290 area. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame here, the RSI is reluctantly bearish. It is bearish, but reluctantly so. You're kicking and screaming. You really don't like being near that oversold zone at all. Same thing with the stochastics even. At least relatively speaking right here. I don't like that you've bounced off the oversold zone and now you're coming back down. I don't like that. Like, bounce and then keep going. Maybe you will. Maybe today you go down to 290, 291, and then by the end of the day you come back up and you close green. That'd be great. The MACD crossing below the zero, but decaying. I think you're going to get a bounce. I think you're going to get like a weak cross or like a false cross below the zero, and you're going to come back up. So as we zoom out, things are looking a little bit better. When you zoom in, things are looking a little bit worse. So short-term bearish, long-term bullish, mid-term bullish even. I think the stochastics look fine, the MACD looks fine, and the RSI looks fine. So yeah, a little bit lower to go. We're looking for a bullish finish on this week, okay? Hopefully today, the 27th, is the last of this shenanigans to the downside. Not just for XRP, but for Bitcoin too. That way we can have a bullish finish to the month, a bullish finish to the week for both of them, and start to look for new all-time highs. Going to maybe the end of this week, maybe the end of this month, we have a nice enough rally where that happens. If not now, then next week and the weeks to come, going into September and the end of September, going into October, we should be rallying at a very stupendous rate. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said enough. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Again, I am anticipating that XRP here at 298 probably goes down to about 290 to 291, and then we come back up from there. If and when we come back up from there, it should be a rapid reaction. We should be closing this week, I think, to the green effect. We're red right now. And if that happens, we'll be singing Kumbaya. If it doesn't happen, well, we will be singing I guess. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button. Take care. Bye-bye-bye.
Are you looking for exchange with zero fees over 3,000 plus trading pair with industrial leading liquidity proof of reserve that has 1:1 ratio with 24/7 online customer service support? Scan the QR code to easy to direct MEXC website and start your first trading. Thank you.
Trading is never as easy. But who say you can't have fun? In every minute you lend, the more you will enjoy. As you grow up in this industry, you will find yourself, and so round yourself with people who will help you to grow up as trader. It's hard in the first place, but I am sure you will be successful. As a trader, always remember trend is your friend.